right. Good morning, everyone. Is that good? Mr. Chika, do we have people there? Good morning to the people online. Today on our team mental fitness, we are going to be taking beyond the pitch. This is a very, very broad topic, but thank God it was narrowed down to using content and personal branding to close more real estate deals. So that is the angle from which we are going to be taking this training. Before I start, my name is Kate Nwagwa, and I'm going to be your facilitator for today. Thank you very much. So I am opening this training with an opening quote from Seth Godin that says, "People don't buy products, they buy stories, trust, and the people behind them." So right now, if you look at the era we are in, you will understand that selling now is beyond having just a shop. It is beyond even what you want to sell. Right now, it is about the story you tell about what you intend to sell. That is what people tend to buy more from you. You get to get more deals, you get to get more sales when people connect to the story that you tell them. Meaning people buy into relatability, people buy into trust, people buy into mirroring. Like when they mirror themselves in you, it is easy for them to trust you and to commit to you. So this training is going to, introduction. Because we are narrowing it down to the real estate sector, we are talking about using beyond the pitch, using content and personal branding to close more real estate sales. The introduction says the real estate market in Nigeria has changed. I am using Nigeria in this training as a case study. Has changed. Buyers have become more cautious, more informed, and more skeptical, mainly because of past experiences, online scams, and too many sales pitches that sounds alike. If you go online today and say, maybe you just put on, let's say Instagram, because that's where a lot of people do lifestyle content and all of that. Just say, I want a land in Lagos, and see the amount of content that is going to pop out. I can tell you for free that at least 70% of those content will be saying the same thing, even though with different products. And now we are in an era where we can easily run to AI, right? And generate content. The beautiful thing about AI is that what it is giving you, well, depending on your prompt, what it is giving you, is what is going to be given to the next person. And if you sit solely on this type of content, you are going to be doing exactly the same thing others are doing. So your audience may not be able to know the exact thing to trust about you, because if Mr. A is saying the same thing, Mr. B is saying the same thing, Mr. C is saying the same thing, what makes it different? What is the differentiators factor in this equation? So today, it is not the smoothest talker that closes sale. It is the most trusted, the most visible, the most relatable. I already mentioned that this training beyond the pitch is designed to help you understand how to use content and personal branding to attract clients, build trust, and close deals without sounding pushy or like every other agent. While I was actually preparing for this training, I got to make even some corrections to myself. As salespeople, we often want to jump every other process and get to the point of, can I send the account number? Are you paying now? But sometimes it doesn't work like that with the customers. I can cite situations where somebody have followed you, say for instance on WhatsApp, they keep following your status for some even take years. And at the point one day they just walk into your DM, they just stroll in and say, hey, I want to buy now. Can you now tell me more? What happened? Why didn't they buy the first 2 times they saw your content? Why didn't they buy the first 2 times you said something about that product? It's because you have gotten them to the point where they are comfortable enough to commit their money to you. So in this regard, content is very, very powerful, especially in the real estate game. Real estate is not something anyone can just sleep and wake up and decide to buy. It's not a clothing item. It is a long-term, it takes a lot of decision making. Some people have to go as far as saving for it. So the more they see you online, the better they want to be able to, relate with you. They want to be able to see that, okay, this person is genuine enough. And so long as you remain in their faces, the moment there is a buying decision when it comes to real estate, you pop up in their mind. Even if they are not the one buying, when somebody says anything about real estate, your number will be the first to be shared. I'm talking from a point of experience right now, whether it is what you do or what you don't do. That is where personal branding comes in. Let's look at some of the times we are going to be seeing a whole lot in today's section. Beyond the pitch. Now, when we say beyond the pitch, what comes to mind? For salespeople, the moment you hear pitch, what comes to our mind is that very organized statement, that very organized presentation that we've put together to sell to people, right? Now, the question is, after that formal presentation, after you've sold, in fact, you kill the presentation, what next? Oftentimes, people don't buy instantly after your presentation. It is what you do consistently after that time that will determine whether people are going to buy or not. We are in a generation where you finish pitching to an audience and the first thing they do is that they run to Instagram. Right now, they also run to ChatGPT. Tell me what you know about AdBond. Do you know this company called AdBond? That is where your content comes in. If they go on Instagram, for instance, and they check you out, and what you said at that your presentation is the exact same thing that they are meeting on Instagram, it gets a click for you, right? That continues until they are, confident enough to make buying decision. Let's look at this. Beyond the pitch simply means moving past the initial formal presentation to build a deeper, more substantial relationship with clients and customers through ongoing trust and demonstration of long-term value. When your customer eventually buy, right, we are talking about beyond the pitch. What happened next? Do they get blocked? Do they get sidelined? They try calling your number. You're not reachable. In fact, they stop seeing your content. So it only means that you are doing it for that period of time so that they could see you and make buying decision. Where beyond the pitch comes in and what you are going to stand to gain from it is a whole lot, because it is after the pitch, that person you sold to is just one person. So long as you keep showing up, they are going to get you more people. They are going to see that they talk about you to some other person. The next one is personal branding. When people come to your page, when people come across your status, what do they say about what you sell? Right? Real estate is very broad. Are you the same person that is doing, you are the one doing rentals, you are the one doing buying directly from family to sell to them? There is no clarity to your goal. Let's look at personal branding. Personal branding is impression people form about you based on how you show up online and offline. It is what people think about you when they hear your name. There's branding for an organization. Personal branding is not a logo. Personal branding is not a corporate color. Personal branding is people's perception. You have no control over that. It is what you put out to them. That is what they absorb, and that becomes their reality about you. That is what personal branding is. Let's bring it back to real estate. When people think about you as a realtor, what comes to their mind? Have you so clarified your message that when you talk and let's say for instance, what you keep talking about is how to help young professionals build wealth through real estate? Is your message consistently aligned? Is that what you are doing as an individual? That does not mean you don't have other things, but you as a person, what do you want people to see? The next one is content. Content is any form of information or communication you share that helps people understand who you are, what you know, and why they should trust you. Example: videos, posts, WhatsApp statuses, reels, voice notes, stories, posts, whatever it is that you post, even graphics talks about who you are. Sometimes people just stumble on things and they reshare on their status. Let me say, for me, when you reshare certain content, I believe, especially when you don't put any caption, you just reshare maybe with an emoji or maybe a thumbs up, I just believe that you agree with that line of thought. So the content you put out directly connects with who you are, whether you like it or not. If you're one that keeps putting out, all you put out is negative content, especially about, let's say, about Nigeria, for instance, we know we have challenges, but when every time you post something, it's about something negative. I have people like that. It's about something going wrong. How about the things going right? Even in your own space, you don't post that one. So when you put out content, people tend to match your personality with the content that you put out. Now, let's talk about why only pitches no longer work. There used to be a time where when you go for presentation, people will be willing to give you their money. People want to, they'll just want you to just say everything you need to say there. If they have the commitment, they will make it and they go from there. Right now, it's not the same. People go to do research even before they commit. Let's see some of the reasons why. Everybody sounds the same. Everybody sounds practically the same. You go to this real estate brand, it is the same thing they are talking about, nothing different. We are not saying you are not giving the same value. How are you doing it differently? Can people see your back end? Can people see what differentiates you from what others are doing? Right? Now, remember, it is not just about the company, it's about you as an individual who is a realtor that is talking to people out there. Number two, people no longer trust mere words. You're pitching to somebody and the next thing they tell, can I see what you are talking about? Let's say you're talking about a project. Can I see the project? Where is the project at right now? People begin to ask questions like this. People only buy from people they trust. This is fact. And that is why you see, let's say 10 years ago, this thing called influencer, it's a job now, right? There are people whose job is to be influencers. They influence other people to buy products. Let's say 10 years ago, it wasn't like that. What changed? People are able to relate with these people right now. The kind of content they put out there, the way they sell themselves out there, that is what people buy, and that's how brands align with them and they sell whatever it is that brand is selling. Because not that people trust the brand, but they trust the influencer standing in the middle. That person has built their personal brand enough to attract audience, to attract companies and to attract buyers, making them a very valuable person.
That's good.
So people have even moved beyond that now. People own communities. They have different communities. I can name a few. And that community is where stronger trust is even built, because they get to relate with whoever this influencer is one-on-one, and they get to trust whatever it is that they sell. So even when they are in error, people do not find that error on time to back out because of the trust that they already built for this person. The next one is the real estate market is swamped with people who have gotten their fingers burnt and burnt. That's why no matter how beautiful your presentation is, no matter how well packaged your presentation is, if it is not selling to the soul of people, if people do not trust you to commit money with you, if people have not seen you enough, they won't commit their money. That's why a lot of pitches fail right now. It is no longer a one-way thing. Personal branding for realtors. When we talk about, I already mentioned that personal branding is everything you put out there and the perception you create in people's head based on what you put out there. So in trying to create a personal brand, number one thing you should consider is clarity. Be clear about how you want people to see you, so that when people need what you do, they are able to find you, so that you are able to even talk enough based on what you practice, right? Number two is this valuable content. When people come to your page, what do they see? Do they learn? A lot of people are in dire need of content in real estate. People want to know better. The legal aspect of real estate. Can you tell us something about it? Documentation. How do I differentiate this from that? What differentiate? Are your content actually doing justice to this state? And remember, content is not until you have a powerful ring light and a sound background. No, it could be just a daily, just you walking, and if you just put video on yourself, and if you're very good with creating graphics, it's an awesome way of communicating to people as well. Number three is visibility. People don't trust what they don't see. It's natural. You can check this on your status. You keep posting land flyers. You've been posting and posting and posting. The moment you post your picture or you post like a video, you see how fast the views on that particular status increases. People like to see your face. People like to see the person behind the brand. So no matter how beautifully you cook something, if it is not out there, there is no face attached to it, it becomes a mystery. And people don't like mysterious things. Break it down. Let's see the behind the scene. What is going on there? People want to see. We are in an age of what? Of content. Now let's look at some of the content that works for realtors. Number one is credibility content. You are able to show yourself when you went to site. You are able to show when your customer, how you guided a customer, maybe through signing a document. People want to see that, right? And testimonials is another credibility content that works. How you are able to work somebody who didn't have money to invest in real estate, eventually they were able to do it and pull through due to the high flexibility in your payment plan. People want to hear that, right? Number two is valuable content. Valuable content. E.g., I think I already mentioned that. Difference between documents. The difference between different documents. That's just one example, right? You can talk about why it is important to have a registered survey. There's a whole lot you can talk about in real estate because it is so broad. You can talk about why land banking is the best thing for a young professional to do. These are contents that people want to listen to because that way it will be relatable, right? What you are talking about, they know. Then personality, people key into the people that they like. They don't want a picture perfect person. They don't want you all looking touched up at every given time. They want to see your daily life. They want to be able to relate with you. Content like this are when people do, come with me to today's site inspection, a day in the life of so and so. People relate with contents like that. So I added here a very short note. If you are going into this content thing full-time for personal branding, please ensure that 70% of the content you put out there are educational content, are contents that people can listen to, relate to, and trust. Not all sales. It is not every content that you put out there that should be calling people to come and buy, right? Let's take, for instance, you go to a mall and you are trying to buy, there are two vendors, you are trying to buy bread. One is busy shouting, come and buy bread, come and buy bread. The other one is telling you the nutritional benefits, how this particular bread was made, the process that they went through naturally. The person you are going to go towards is the person that is giving you details. Nobody really wants to be sold to. Why am I buying from you? So just ensure that at least it's 70% of what you are putting there, people can relate, people can gain value from it, and it can actually impact them. Platform that works, right? In this, remember we are dealing with beyond the pitch, using content and personal branding to close real estate deal. When you are able to put together your kind of content, the kind of content you want to put out, you've drawn out the way you want to be perceived. Please note the platforms to use, depending on what you are looking for. If you are looking for platform to close sales, kindly ensure that you direct, at the end of your videos, you direct people to be able to click directly into your WhatsApp. And when they come in, you are able to save them, right, as your contact list. Some of them will not buy today, they will not buy in 3 months. But I can guarantee you, if you are consistent and what your audition is what they need, they'll come back and buy from you. Sometimes price is not even the real problem why people don't buy. It is because they've not connected enough for them to buy. If you are looking for branding and credibility, please, Instagram is where you should go. Ensure that you are there. There are some people that they don't even ask you for any other thing. Can I get your Instagram handle? And if they go there, they don't see anything, it is well. Then the next one is TikTok, visibility and storytelling. This one is come on, show up as you are. Anyhow, it is okay. People are able to connect with you in your most natural state. And if you are looking to sell to, adult people and communities, Facebook is what to consider. You should also be on Facebook, especially in their communities. So, and for everything that you put out there, ensure it ends with a soft call to action. What do I mean by soft call to action? It's not if you want to buy now, enter my DM. What soft call to action means, let's say for instance, after dishing out a content, you just end it with something like, if you want more guidance, kindly reach out to me. Okay, I am available to take more of your questions. Send me a DM. Those are soft call to action. Everything does not have to be buy now. Everything does not have to be buy instant. And when people trust you enough, they will get into your DM. It is most times from when they ask questions that it moves further to what? To sales. Now, this is the part where I really want to actually deal on. If you've done every of these things and there is no system for follow-up, you are going to end up losing at least 80% of people that are supposed to buy with you. When I say follow up like a human, it is not if you are ready to buy now, or you just pick up your phone after, do you want to make, that is not it. Follow up takes time. Sometimes it could just be new update on that particular site that person mentioned. Oh, I have a new update on so location. Do you want me to share with you? That person understands that you still have them in mind. You just go ahead. Do you know that we further the documentation on this property as at today? You are not selling directly, but you're selling to them. Once it is time to make the buying decision, trust me, you will be their first contact person, right? So ensure that follow-up is in the pipeline of what you do. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, and that's where things like WhatsApp tag come in. WhatsApp now has a tag function where you could tag somebody, whether the person is a hot lead, about to buy lead, or whatever, you can tag them there. So that way you are able to follow them accordingly, and the people you are following up will be at the same phase per time. When somebody leaves that particular phase to the next phase, you remove them from that tab and move them to the next. So, and that brings me to my closing quote. If you tell the right story, your client will walk into the future you paint for them. That is what selling it is. That is just what it is about. Because sometimes even the property that you are selling is not what they can get to build now. It's not like it's a house that you are selling the future to them, and it depends on how well you paint it. That is how they are going to follow you, and it is from an unknown source. Now, thank you very, very much for having me today, right? If you have any question, please do well to drop it in the comment section and we'll get back to you. Thank you very much, and thank you.